Hey everybody, it's Julie. It's been a long time since I've posted a video, so thanks for your patience. There's just been a lot of family things going on, and I've been focusing on family and things like that. But I wanted to give a wrap up of my waiting in day 2, which is a devotional and Bible journaling kit from By the Well for God. Let's go ahead and let me show you. So here was the devotional, and it was 14 days. And then I chose to work in one of these traveler's notebooks. So let me show you what I did. So I decorated the cover with some of the paper pieces. So I love to use the digital paper pieces that you can get, and then some of the ephemera and pieces that come along with the kit. So this is just a doily that I had on hand, some of the torn paper pieces, the sticker that comes with the kit, and then one of the fabric pieces, the bows, added some texture by just adding some string, and then this is one of the flare pieces, the button, and I just stuck it on there, attached it to the bow, and then stuck it on. So that is the front. I love to layer the pieces. This is an intro page, and you can see I just used one of the pattern pieces and just glued it on. So I print these off on paper first, and then some of them I'll print them on sticker sheets and some of them on cardstock. So this is a page, and I just use the stamp set to stamp in the background, use one of the cards and some of the letters. I love the journaling space that it allows. Used some of the words from the stamps as a background, and then this was from the digital set, and again that was just from the paper. I did a lot of this while I was off at camp, so I was working at summer camp, which is another reason why I couldn't do many videos. And this devotional was just very powerful. It was about waiting and trusting in God while we wait, during the trials, during the hard times, during the waiting period. So you add some paper pieces. This was smushing simply with some Faber-Castell Pitt Big Brush pens. And then paper piecing. I love to use those paper, just tear them. And then you can see how I add lots of texture. I love the opportunity when I'm using these traveler's notebook inserts to just add texture. You can add lots of puff and lots of dimension when you're using these, because you see it does add up, but that's okay. It's not so much a problem when you're working in here as opposed to in your Bible. And you don't have to worry about covering any pieces, any text in your Bible. So this was one of the stamp sets, and used some paint, using all these pretty alpha stickers that you get. Some of the paper, again, just smushing one of the paper pieces and some of the die cuts that you get. I liked this month how we got the little verses in the, what is it? See this again, we got the verses in the digital set. Here, the topic was questioning God in faith, and I made a question mark out of, I stamped it on the paper, the patterned paper, and then did some repeat stamping. Again, it gives lots of space for the journaling. Here is where I started to just really wanted to get it done, so I started to use a lot of the paper pieces. You'll see that a lot. It's a way to get these pages quickly covered. Used up a lot of the pieces, the die cuts. These black letters, you can get a whole kit of black and white alpha stickers. So I love to be able to use those. Here I just really went to town with the paper, and then I actually just cut some letters out of the paper there. I love how that turned out. There we go. So I did some stamping here, added some of the fabric, and this right here, this Hope, is a Sweet and Sassy Stamps set, although there's a lot more to it. But then Trials and Waiting, that's from the stamp set that goes with the Waiting and Day 2 set. Now this devotional is currently sold out, but it will be restocked. And the new devotional is on pre-sale. You can get that through August 1st on pre-sale. I believe that's right. Not sure about that. I think that's right. And then they'll be shipped out. So used another doily here. I love these. You get these big, what are these? Bookmarks. And I love just how that can be the focal point, the big backdrop, the big image that you use on your pages. Just add a couple of pieces and you've got a page. Again, just use these paper pieces, the digital papers. Love using all the bows. And you can see here how I usually untie them the way they come and then tie them back into these kind of bows. Use those black letters again. Love to do lots of smushing. Tearing of paper down here. Use more paper pieces. Love the space for journaling. Here is one of the stamp sets, alpha stamp sets. By the Will for God has lots of great stamp sets, alpha stamp sets that you can use. And you can see I just used one of those bookmarks that can be used as a tip-in, and I just used it as my focal point right there. Very easy page, quick and easy. And I'm getting to the end here. Just layered some fabric. Lori in her kits usually gives some texture pieces, some fabric or some kind of texture. And so this time it was this purple fabric and I just layered it behind there. This was my last page, and this was one of the big pieces. You got a couple of really big pieces this time in the digital papers, which I loved because that could be a big statement piece, especially as some of us are using the big illustrating Bibles. So a big piece like this, as opposed to some of these little pieces. Some of these little pieces, it takes up a lot of, takes a lot of these to use on the big pages. But when we have a big piece like this, it's great for the big illustrating Bible, or when you're using a whole page like this, it's great for those. And then here I used, because I actually just attached the button to the ribbon, I wanted it to stick up high. So I just stuck it on there. Did some stamping for the background. I love to use the words as my background stamp. And I do have a process video for this page, so I'll link that below so you can check it out. And then for my last page, just the final page, I just put a couple stickers, did Waiting in Day 2, and then it was completed 6/21 to 7/13. So that is the wrap up. I just love how this turned out, and then I can keep that along with the devotional book together, and look how pretty those look together. That way I have them right there together, and I could keep them in a traveler's notebook like this. So thanks for joining me today for this wrap up. I'll have all the products linked in the description box, and you can check them all out. Give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Come back and join me. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.